What is up everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are continuing with our Smallville series as always, and we are on to episode 9 of season 4. Now in the last episode we left off with, we had some witches show up and some spells get put on our main cast members, which was a lot of fun. We had Lana, Chloe and Lois all get possessed by witches from the 1600s. Lana got possessed by one of her ancestors, and it correlated perfectly to the transform symbol on her back. It seems like that was the purpose of it in the or one of the purposes of it in the first place, I should say. And when she finally got this book related to her ancestor and touched the symbol, it transferred her consciousness. So we got to see those three in a slightly more upbeat and different personality and vibe as we are used to seeing. And my god, didn't they look good in the last episode, especially Lois. God damn. But I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I absolutely loved that Lois was back for the last episode. We also had Jason and Clark's relationship come to a head in regards to him getting fired from his job and then believing that Clark was the culprit for it, when in fact Lex was the one responsible. But we did get him admitting his fault at the end to Lana and clearing Clark of being believed to be the one that ratted them out in the first place. We also had Lana finally come to Clark and ask about the transform symbol, but Clark, as always, decided to lie to Lana and say that he doesn't know because he doesn't feel like he can tell her the truth about these things. But she definitely knows that he isn't telling the truth. So whether or not that comes out in this episode, we're just going to have to wait and see, or if it continues further down the line. We also left the episode off on Lex checking out the symbol himself. So Lex has obviously got an extreme intrigue into it. And obviously, one more thing that I forgot to mention about the recap of the last episode, but we had the witches going after the Stones of Power and having to reveal where Clark originally put the first one. Clark was very, very lucky to be able to stop the witches in their tracks, or he would have been in a lot of trouble. So yeah, that's enough of a recap for the last episode, guys. But I'm really looking forward to getting into this one and seeing where we pick up, if it's going to be a bit more of a contained episode, or if we're going to go back to the stones and potentially locating the third stone and seeing what happens when they finally all get put together, or if we're going to go more along the lines of Lana and the transform tattoo on her back and seeing what the root cause of that really is and what her destiny is shaping to be. We're just gonna have to wait and see, but I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are as well. So without further ado, I think we're just going to jump into today's episode. So I hope you enjoy this reaction, and let's do this. Where are we? We're like a opera? Art gala? Just a party? As our boy Lex, looking dapper. Somebody stood you up, Lex. Is that Kobe Smud? Is that Kobe Smulders? I think it is. Lex is intrigued. Got the mystery girl running away. It looks like a young Kobe Smulders, but I might be wrong.
What's your name?
Does it really matter?
Not to Lex, not in this moment. Go on, Lex! My boy is making moves!
Open hearts, no strategy. Decisions based upon faith and not fear, right now and right here.
Lex just wants to get right to the punch. I don't blame him, look at her! Lex is a lucky, lucky man. So, looks like they had a hell of a night.
Housekeeping.
What? She... She's dead? What the fuck? Is somebody... There's no way Lex did it. Who's trying to set him up? Is it Lionel? What the fuck? She's dead. I wasn't expecting that. Oh man, I want to see Jensen Ackles as the football coach again. Dean Winchester, the football coach. I need to get Lex out of there now. He looks awful. Murder suspect number 1.
Was released today on $5 million bail.
I mean, how do you get out released on bail when you get caught in bed with a dead person?
Next to a dead girl you hardly knew?
I didn't kill her.
I didn't ask. Lex, you're paying me to get you off, not to prove you're innocent. You have to be straight with me.
Something tells me if Lex was paying you to do that, love, you'd be paying him a lot more. You'd be paying her a lot more.
Thank you, Shannon. I'll be right there. You stay put. It's a media circus out there, and I don't want you saying anything stupid.
I feel like the only...
I'm not here to hold your hand, Lex. You want a hug? Call your mother.
I feel like the only person that could set Lex up is Lionel.
Lex.
I feel like that's the only person that can do it.
Not so great, actually. I trust you here as a friend. Just tell me you didn't do this. I met a girl at the opera.
Oh, it was the opera.
I'm guilty of that, but I'm not a murderer. It was my father. He's framing me. Your father's in prison. You really think that matters? You don't want to be involved in this, trust me.
See, I'm caught now. Because Lionel is the only person who could pull this off that we know character-wise, right? The only other person that could potentially do this is, could the girl be, like, faking it? Like, this sounds stupid, but she's got to have been dead, right? Like, could it have been the setup in a different way? If Lionel's not responsible. If not, it has to be Lionel. Oh, Lana's still getting nightmares about the witch. Isabel.
Tu m'as trahi, Isabelle.
What was she? Is she like a witch? Was that woman a witch as well? Or did she like transfer her consciousness? I don't know. I don't know what happened there, because I feel like Lana could only transfer her consciousness to her ancestor, or Isabel, sorry. Lionel's happy to see Clark. Oh my god!
Coming. It's good to see you.
Is he gonna become a changed man? There's no way, right? It's gotta all be a ploy. There's no way!
Inside me, something strong and good. I was changed, and my liver had healed.
I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
You have to help him, Clark.
If I find this car,
Anything you find, bring it to me. I can help you.
I'll see where it leads.
I don't know whether to trust him.
But you will be back, won't you?
Yeah, he'll come back. He has to. I don't know whether to believe him or not, because if he has forgot, right, if he has forgot about Clark being in his body, he kind of forgot about beforehand where he was planning to transfer his consciousness, right? Like, because that would mean he's forgotten months.
I just had this really weird dream last night. Can't seem to shake it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lana. You have a visitor.
She's here for me?
Was that the woman in the dream?
Excuse me.
No.
Lana.
Is it? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, a little. I just didn't know that he was expecting you.
Well, he isn't.
Random visit.
Could we sit?
Sure. Would you like
This
some
makes... This is very weird.
No, and he won't answer any of my calls. I'm afraid he thinks that I'm angry with him.
tea? You're not?
I simply want to see him again.
Mrs. T.
So they have a strange relationship.
I've wanted to
Put you in the middle of all this, but if you could just tell him that I'm here. Tell him I want to see him.
Sure.
Thanks.
She's got such a strong British accent.
First met you, you looked at me as though you recognized me.
Yes, the woman in the dream! Why? Is Jason's mum a witch? bitch.
Ilana, you must come and visit me in Metropolis. You are so beautiful. I see now why he had to be with you.
I think she's a witch as well, and that's why Jason ties into the story more. And that's what I'm thinking. She had a really strong British accent, though. One thing I got to ask really quick, guys, is do I have a strong British accent or not?
Leaving one.
Exactly, but I haven't been able to trace a name or address.
Why am I not surprised? Let me try.
I think the girl might be alive. But who could be setting him up? Could we be getting like a new big villain?
I mean, Lionel Luthor goes all Hannibal Lecter and tells you what to look for and where to find it.
Oh, I definitely think Lionel's talking shit. Just depends to what extent.
And besides, Lex is in great hands. I mean, he's got Corinne Harper leading his defense. They call her the Barracuda.
Barracuda, what a nickname.
Andrews, age 28, lives in Metropolis.
I wonder if Clark's gonna find anything at the house. Door's unlocked. Yeah, some sort of setup. Why is there so many photos? Lex is here.
What are you doing?
I'm saving my ass, Clark. What the hell are you doing here?
Oh no.
You gotta help me, please.
Lex was a target for something then, but what? Are we setting up a new big bad? I'm all for it if we are, because I like this. Arrow Mansion.
Neither does breaking into her house, but you did that. You better be honest with me, because right now I'm an accomplice.
I didn't ask you to show up. How did you even know to go there?
No, but you did ask him to help.
He was the one who sent you looking for a car, wasn't he?
Yes.
You're playing right into his hands.
Lex.
You can't straddle the fence on this one, Clark. My father and I are enemies. You have to decide who you really trust.
Oh, damn. Lex is really putting him to the ringer.
Do you think he could have done it?
I have to say the whole fire starter thing doesn't exactly scream innocence, but there's something really strange about this. Look at this.
Come on, Chloe. Find something.
She may know people at the top, but I know people at the bottom, and they work for tips.
Hey! Yes, Chloe, I love that.
She's wearing 2 diamond earrings. Okay, now we're gonna skip through all this gross Salmon King.
Yeah.
They went out of the elevator onto the penthouse floor.
Fucking Chloe.
Exactly. Now, the police report said that the dead woman was wearing 2 diamond earrings. So either she found it, or...
Lex was with 2 different women.
Oh, it is! She set him up! And that is Colby Smulders. I'm almost certain of it. I'll be checking this as soon as I finish the episode. That's for sure.
How could you not remember her?
I don't always get their names or remember their faces.
I suppose it doesn't help that we all look alike, does it? I was your type too, Lex. Or don't you remember that either?
Is she setting him up?
I thought it was my dad, but maybe I was wrong. That database was your project, wasn't it?
You know what? I knew there might be a conflict of interest when I took this case. But I'd hoped we got past all that. Apparently, I was wrong. I'm removing myself as your attorney.
She seems so cocky in this scenario. If she's not a part of it, then she's just an absolute bitch that revels in enjoyment of other people's shit.
So that's where we're at.
If I were an earring...
Where would I be?
Let's reenact the event. So Lex had Eve up against this wall.
Yes!
Here, so
Reenact!
truth and justice. Now push me up against the wall.
Well,
And her hand was like this, and I think his hand was this.
And now you need to get some tongue action going.
This wall over here with this.
Oh, it got very close.
it's okay. You can come in.
No, that's fine. We'll just take the stairs.
They don't want to be
We
seen.
weren't doing anything. Really.
That is so embarrassing. Especially considering they weren't doing anything.
What if the earring fell down this crack?
Wow, we can see it.
Delivered by courier. No messy farewells. My son, it seems, is carrying on the tradition. The girl in the elevator is a former lover of Lex's. She's the killer.
Wow. Damn, I'm really liking this. Oh my god, is she gonna be dead now? Surely not, right? She didn't turn around. She's dead! She's been killed! She's been killed!
I came a long way. What do you want?
She's dead. God damn it! This woman is putting Lex through the ringer!
Yeah, someone's been killed.
Please hold for the first emergency operator.
What? The lines have been dropped.
What are you doing?
What's wrong, Lex?
And now she reveals herself. Is this all because she has been scorned by him in the past, or is there like another reason? Because that takes pettiness to a whole nother level.
If I had known.
But you didn't. And then 3 months later, I bump into you outside of Corinne's office and you don't even recognize me. It was to you.
Ooh.
And so I started going through your files. Turns out I wasn't the only one.
Oh, that must have made her furious.
Funny your blood test didn't pick that up.
You rigged the test.
I just switched out the results.
You were the one who sent me to her place. You called the police.
You were supposed to get caught, but you didn't.
Clark saved him.
And so here we are.
Now Clark's gotta save him again.
What's wrong? You haven't said anything all night.
Well, this is gonna be an interesting conversation.
She seemed really worried about you.
I bet she did. I bet she seemed sad and heartbroken, but she's not. She's manipulative. And all my life, she's tried to control me.
Tell him the truth, Lana.
She was being burned at the stake. And suddenly your mom was there.
But it's probably not that unusual to dream about someone you just met.
I dreamt about her before I met her.
Ah, Jason's mum's a witch, and that's how he ties into this story. Fuck!
There it is.
I knew there was gonna be something more.
Lionel said all the high-end diamond dealers do it. In case it ever gets lost or stolen, you can track it down.
Or it can track you down. Wow, I still can't believe that Lionel actually called his old jewelry guy and had him send over the purchase orders.
Lionel really is helping at the moment.
Wow, very expensive. Courier to Miss Shannon Bell.
Shannon Bell, how do I know that name?
Well, according to this, she works in Lex's law firm.
We have to warn him.
I'll call the police.
Might be a little bit too late. Clark's already gone. I love the little zoom you hear before he goes. I think Chloe knows, man.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
As crazy as she is, like, that is... It is insane what Lex has done to her. Like, he's not entirely responsible. She slept with him as well, but still. Look at this! I'll tell you what, this looks really good. And he disappeared just like that. Superman. In the making. The effects there looked really, really good. You can tell how much they've leveled up since season 1. Like, they look really good.
Glad Lex was found innocent, but I sure wish you would have come to us before you got yourself involved.
Lex has been acquitted.
I know this sounds crazy, but I really think he has changed. I could see it in his eyes.
As far as I'm concerned, Lionel Luthor is never going to change, and neither is Lex. Now we're just going to have to accept that.
Right, Jonathan's a little bit too stern on Lex in my opinion, but I get what he means with Lionel. I do get where he's coming from, because I'm struggling to feel any other way as well. But I'm willing to try.
There's just no telling the influence you seem to have from behind these bars.
I pointed your friend Clark in the right direction. That's all I did. You still believe I had something to do with this, don't you?
I just assume you must want something in return.
That's a very, very good point.
Yes, I do.
I'm not helping you get released.
He wants a relationship with you.
Terrible place. I have no one to blame but myself.
Is he gonna try and rectify his relationship with Lex?
What do you want from me?
I want to be your father, if you'll let me.
That's a very hard pill for Lex to swallow.
You've got your health, Dad. Don't expect another miracle.
Oh, damn. That was a fucking burn from Lex. Lex. Oh, is he really changed? I'm so torn, guys. I am so torn. Okay, how is this interaction gonna go?
I don't know if I can.
You know, it seems the only person that you care about is yourself. There's a whole side of you that I don't know about, Lex.
But he's proved he cares about you on
What else don't
numerous
I know
occasions.
You know, Shannon might have been crazy, but she was right about me. I treated those women terribly, Clark. People died, and I could have stopped it. I see that now.
He's taking accountability.
The last few days, Lex, I thought your father was being more honest with me than you were. I felt like we were enemies.
Don't give up on me yet.
I don't like it. Oh man, this show is gonna break my heart when their relationship goes to shit. I don't think I'll be able to handle it.
I know you don't want to talk to me, Jason, but every mother has a right to see her own son.
You didn't come here to see me.
The lightning in the background.
I'm really glad that you're happy. Lana is an enchanting girl. I can see why you moved to the middle of nowhere to be with her. I mean, she's special.
Notice how the two words she used there were enchanting and special.
What on earth are you implying? Of course you did, Jason. How else could you meet her?
Does Jason know something about his mum? Oh my god, was this like a fated meeting? I love what the lightning signifies as well in the moments where it was shining across their cheeks, and even now, the sort of tension, the mysterious vibe, but also the quite scary aspect of not knowing. Oh, what an ending! Oh, what an ending! I'm glad it ended there. Actually, that was a perfect place to end it. Got a lot to unpack this episode, guys. What a great episode it was. Let's talk about the plot of the episode for a minute. So I really enjoyed the plot of the episode, with Lex being at the forefront and being accused of murdering a woman that he slept with. I really liked how the plot of the episode played out as well, with it looking very painted like it was supposed to be Lionel. And like I mentioned at the start of the reaction, from where we are in the series right now, the only known character we could have be responsible for this is Lionel, other than it possibly being the girl. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned that during the reaction, which I'm pretty happy about, because the only other possibility could have been the girl. So I really like that little tie in there. But we go throughout the episode learning that Lex has actually treated these women pretty horrifically, and he has a very similar tendencies to his father Lionel in that regards, in terms of when he meets a woman and they have, you know, a sexual interaction, and he doesn't want to pursue them anymore, they discard them in quite a insensitive and cruel way, despite the fact that they get them this really luxurious and expensive gift. It defeats the purpose of what they're actually doing, and it just highlights it even more so, I would say, which is really awful. And it could clearly affect a lot of people. It could hurt people, it could get them killed, like we saw the results of in this episode by the form of Shannon Bell. Her name wasn't Eve Andrews, as we were led to believe. Eve Andrews was the one that was actually killed, and she was the actual stalker of Lex. But Shannon Bell was the killer, and she was played by Kobe Smulders, which I'm almost certain about. I'm happy, I'm pretty confident to say it, because I'm like 99% sure it was her. If I'm wrong now, I'm gonna look like a fucking moron, but I'm pretty certain it was her. And what a great performance she did. I thought she played this character really well. Like, she had to play the psychotic and the insane tendencies whilst doing it in a way that was very like nuanced, and she had to be quite like to be insane and to be mature is quite a weird combination to mix together, but like she has to be but I'm going to use it and say she has to be mature in the aspects of how she goes about it. Like you think about like how she got like Lex back into his mansion, how she told that subtle lie and made it believable, how she set up Lex's attorney in the first place and killed her to set him up, how she killed Eve in the first place. She was very, very conniving, very intelligent in how she planned the situation and betrayed it all, and she did all of this herself as well. There wasn't like some third tier party that was involved, or she didn't have help from the outside in regards to anybody. Lionel wasn't pulling any strings, or at least we're led to believe he wasn't pulling any strings at the moment. So you know, there's a lot to be said about her, and she's actually a really impressive character when you put it all together like that, to be able to pull off these things and almost come away with Lex going to prison for these murders. You got to give her credit, especially with her backstory just being somebody that worked in the law firm. Like, that's extraordinary. But I like how her story tied in. I like that she was obviously one of the girls that Lex had slept with throughout his life, and he discarded her like he has with many other women and didn't think anything else of it. But unfortunately, this particular girl had a fiance that she decided to cheat on with Lex, thinking that she and Lex were truly in love and they could potentially pursue a romantic relationship. And despite the fact that what she did was awful, and she is just as much to blame as Lex, you can kind of see that impression if her marriage wasn't good, or her fiance relationship wasn't good, and she's just somehow came across this. Don't get me wrong, I still think the whole scenario is wrong, but just roll with me a second in terms of like emotional state. I can kind of see how she could convince herself to take that step and how it could potentially be the right one for the rest of her life and for her future, so say. But obviously that didn't happen, and when Lex discarded her, she obviously lost her fiance in a relationship because they broke it off. Lex has discarded her as well, which is even worse. She's going to be even more devastated, even more lonely, and feel like she's not worth it, worthless, etc. She gets this very luxurious item to signify what Lex did to her, and although it's an expensive thing that can be worn and is very nice and aesthetically pleasing, it also signifies exactly what Lex did to her every time she puts them on, so I'm sure that's a very painful memory. So it would probably be a struggle for her to wear them. And then on top of that, to then bump into Lex not that long later, considering she works for him, part of the law firm that he hires, and he didn't even recognize her to any extent, must have been absolutely devastating for her and taken such an emotional toll that it completely snapped her in terms of her mental state, and she decided that she had to kill Lex to get revenge on him. She had to take him out. And the way she did it was just remarkable. Like, I'm really, really impressed by it. I thought the character was really well done. And it was also believable for me. Like, just because the reason it's believable for me was because she didn't pull off any like insane fighting abilities or like maneuver abilities, or like even when she was holding the gun, like any insane shooting ability or whatnot, right? But she's a very smart woman. She's a lawyer, so obviously she has a higher level of intelligence than the average person, to say the least. She came up with a very meticulous and carefully laid out plan with multiple stages to all of it. She has planned all of this by herself to fit second to second. Like that timing with the real Eve Andrews, where she set her up to come to the hotel and killed her before Lex has woken up, and then still planted the body. Like, that is perfect. Like that is a premeditated murder for one, but like that's like a murderer with experience, you know? That's like somebody who's really, like, done their due diligence, really looked into this. You would expect Shannon Bell, I believe her name was. Yeah, Shannon Bell. You would have expected Shannon to have had a past in killing people with how well she carefully orchestrated the entire events of the episode. So I think that's a really, really well-written way. And the fact that you can make it believable for her character as well is even better. And I really like that tie-in. I just thought it was perfect. And the main plot of that was done beautifully. I love how Lionel fitted into it and actually helped the scenario in the end, and I love that Clark actually gave him the opportunity. Now, I feel, with this being said, we need to go on to talking about Lionel for a few minutes, so we will do. Because there is big controversy around him now. Lionel claimed to be a changed man since we saw him at the end of episode 6 and the ordeal with the conscious transfer between him and Clark, and the fact that his liver has been fully healed and he is not dying anymore. So he's almost got like the second chance at life, right? The second opportunity. And it's almost like he's been given this type of rebirth in a way. At least that's how it's being portrayed right now. It's being like he's a newborn character. He is trying to be completely different to what he was. He acknowledges the mistakes he's made and he's trying to do better. And he's trying to rebuild his relationship with Lex. He's trying to help Clark in this scenario. Now, Lionel has done so much up until this point, right? Especially the last season. He has done so many horrible, awful, unforgivable things that you should not be able to trust him in any capacity or believe he is capable of change, right? And I have never wavered in that slightly up until now. And there is one reason for it, and I'm going to state why in a second. Now, I'm not too sure because of the whole consciousness transfer and the fact that he's been healed, right? So this is the only time I think it's even remotely believable that Lionel might have changed or something in him might have changed, because maybe somehow some of whatever power was in Clark and goodness and ability has transferred into him, and then when Clark's consciousness and everything was in his body as well, maybe some sort of like aura or something has truly just at the very least opened his mind and perspective into seeing things in a different way and learning that he's done wrong and potentially wanting to change from it, right? This is the only time I could see it, because there has been a genuine event that has happened that could have physically altered his body. In terms of right, so that's the only reason I believe it could be possible. Now, if this has happened at any point before, and you guys would have seen it multiple times in the reactions, I don't waver. And I believe fully that Lionel is the way he is. Now, this is not me saying that I totally believe he has changed. Lionel could very well still be manipulating us. I wouldn't put it past him. And I love the fact that Jonathan reiterated that at the end as well, because I feel like it's a double entendre meaning. In terms of, I feel like he's put that out there so you remember Lionel has been an awful person these last 4 seasons. He's been horrific, and you should not forget that. He can't be forgiven for it. But it's also to point out that he has done these awful things. Is it possible that the likes of Jonathan could be convinced otherwise? And it's putting out there that other people believe so as well. So is it possible that he could change the opinions of those people? I don't know. I really don't. This is the first genuine time I feel like it could be possible, but I wouldn't say I believe it. I definitely wouldn't say I believe it. It's because of how much Lionel's put me through and put Smallville through and our characters. I just can't wholeheartedly just accept that right now. I need to see a lot more before I can even contemplate it. This is a good start. This is a very good start. He's seemingly been honest. He has helped the situation. He has acquitted his son. And he has, in some ways, sought forgiveness. None of those things are nowhere near enough for me. But they are a step in the right direction. So if he continues this way, and, 20, 30 episodes down the line, my opinion might change. It's not going to change in the next 5, though. I really need to see Lionel, make some significant differences. But, like I've stated during this conversation, I'm willing to go through that change and finally accept it, but I need to see more. I need to be a lot more convinced. There's nowhere near enough right now. So, yeah, I'm hoping that we see more in regards to that. I'm sure we will, and it's going to be a back and forth game like it always is with Smallville, which I'm looking forward to. But, yeah, I thought that was a really interesting idea, because the fact that they've given him some sort of, physical altering event, like what happened with Clark, is the only thing that gives me any inkling of hope that there could be something that's physically changed in Lionel, something has physically been left in him by Clark or physically opened up to him by Clark and his powers and being in his body with his conscience. That's the only thing for me that gives me the tiniest bit of hope that maybe there is something there. But like I said, that is not me saying that that's going to happen. That is not even me saying that I believe Lionel is going to do that. Like, I still believe he could turn around in 5 episodes time, and this could have all been a ploy to get him out of prison, or we could go into season 5 and he could have been setting up to be a good person the entire time, and he could have used it all as a ploy to get out of prison. Like, I'm not putting it past him. We've got to see a lot for me to really be comfortable in saying that Lionel Luther has changed. But like I said, I'm willing to see more, and I'm willing not to just judge him so harshly that he can't change, but I have to see a lot. A lot. I also thought, yet again, we got more into Lex's character this episode, and we got to see some more of the things that unfortunately are to his negatives, and some of the bad things about Lex, some of the ways he treats women, and how he's very inconsiderate of people's feelings and emotions around him. But in highlighting that in this episode, I also think it signifies how much Clark changes him as a person constantly. Like, you even think from the first episode, they interact and they meet and they become friends. Lex has tried to be significantly better than every time we see the character of Lex portrayed in past tense. Like this, for example, and the past tense of how he was treating women. Yes, he's technically still doing this now, so it doesn't fully correlate, but you know what I mean, right? Like, Lex has definitely changed, and there is no doubt in my mind that he cares about Clark. Like, I feel like one comment Clark made at the end of this episode, saying along those lines about like how he doesn't care about anybody other than himself, I think that is extremely harsh, because Lex has repeatedly proven to Clark that he cares about Clark. At the very least, he has proved that he cares about Lana as well. So I don't think that's fair of Clark to say that, because I can think of countless times to justify my point. One of those times in the last season was like when Clark got captured by Dr. Gardner and Lex saved him then. That's just off the top of my head thinking about this right now. There's loads of times I can think that that Lex actually saved Clark. So I thought that was a little bit of a harsh dig from Clark. I also understood why he pointed out the thing about trusting Lionel. But again, I feel like Clark really did go in on Lex a little bit there, and you can tell his frustrations with him. However, I do have one little thing to pick with Clark in this scenario, and I want to put it out there because I understand Lex's point from this, but Clark is constantly lying to Lex, because he lies to him about his superpowers and about the things that happen on a regular basis, right? Like, he has to cover his ass repeatedly. So he is constantly lying to Lex and everybody else around him, but he's always constantly asking for truth from everybody. And he expects everybody to be held accountable to that truth. Yet when his truth is put to the forefront and he has to either make a lie to cover it, or come up with a different scenario to cover it, which it does lie ultimately, he's happy to do so. And even though he might regret it afterwards and to himself, and we might see it as a viewer, like, he still ultimately does it. So I don't think that it's fair that he holds all his friends to this ridiculous standard that he doesn't hold himself to. I do want to just point that out, because I've noticed it a little bit. I have noticed it a little bit lately, and every time I notice it, it plays on my mind a little bit more of like, but Clark does lie. He's a good we all know he's a good person. We all know exactly why he lies, and we know why the likes of Lex and Lana are doing so from the third party view we get. So we can go, well, yeah, but they're lying for the wrong reasons. He's lying for the right ones, right? But our characters don't know that, and we've got to sometimes put ourselves in our characters' shoes to be able to fully grasp the situation as to what's going on. And I think that that's something that gets missed a little bit. Although we know as the viewers why Clark lies, and that he has to, and that he's right, and his lies are better than theirs, and he deserves to keep as a secret, he still ultimately lies. And so that would create a clear perspective and a clear image of himself in his friend's eyes as somebody that lies, despite on top of the things that he does. Because Lex knows he lies, Lana knows he lies, Chloe knows he lies, Pete knew he lied until Pete finally found out. Like, so it's a very delicate subject there, I think, and I don't think that Clark deals with it in the best way. Like, I feel like his character needs to come to that realization a little bit more. Especially with the fact of like Pete missing from the show now as well. Like, now I'm just thinking about people knowing the secret. Like, somebody else really needs to know. Like, Chloe should know, ideally. Lois could know if she comes back. I want her back in the next episode, please. I'm missing my Lois Lane right now. But yeah, I think that's a contradictory one. So I just wanted to point that out because I do think that sometimes people forget about that in regards to Clark, and that he does constantly lie. So his friends will then naturally feel like, oh, well, he lies to me about his most important thing, so why would I tell him my most important worries and whatnot? And to be honest, I feel like Lex does a really good job of that, like, and tries to be open and honest. Like, that ending there where he is being truly honest to Clark about why he acts the way he does and why he feels those ways, and like he doesn't understand it, and he doesn't understand why he carries on, and it's really open and honest, and I don't feel like that gets enough credit that it does from Clark. So I wish that Clark acknowledges that a little bit more. But again, we're seeing the effects of their friendship starting to fall apart, and I hate it, guys. Like, it is gonna break my heart when those two finally stop being friends. Like, I hate the concept of it, and I know it's inevitably coming. I wish this DC universe could just exist on its own, and Clark and Lex could just be the best of friends, and that could be the way the world lives on and on and on. But I know that's not gonna happen. And I am going to be absolutely broken when they finally stop being friends, because I love this friendship. It is the forefront of this show. I haven't even spoken about Lana or Jason yet, because I've had to focus on the main plot mainly. But we also had Lana and Jason in this episode. We had some moving forward with them, because Lana was having nightmares in regards to Isabel and the witches. And she saw Jason's fucking mum in the dream. And she had purple eyes, which to me indicates Jason's mum is a witch. And this was all before she even met Jason's mum. Almost a bit like a premonition. A bit similar to another show we've been watching lately, Supernatural. And it works because fucking Dean Winchester as well. Do you know what? I didn't even clock that. Yeah, premonitions and Dean Winchester and witches. That's what a great comparison. I didn't even put two and two together till right now. I love that. Witches, Dean Winchester, and premonitions. Anyway, she finally meets Jason's mum. Very strong British accent. Do I have a strong British accent? I would love to know, guys, in the comment down below. A bit of a weird one, but yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm British. Yeah, I really enjoyed her character and the ominous vibe around this mum, Genevieve. I feel like we're going to see a lot more of her in the near future, and we're going to get to the crux of this witch story, because it clearly ties into Isabel, and that's Lana's ancestor. So there's clearly a connection between the two of them. Jason and his mum clearly have a very strange relationship as well, and she is playing on that to be able to interact with Lana currently and start to sort of build some sort of bond with her, because I feel like the real agenda here is Lana and not Jason at all. I feel like Jason is just a pawn in her mission right now. Also, I feel like that correlates to how Jason said to Lana that she doesn't care about him and she acts these ways, but in reality it's not true. I think that's going to be the case. I feel like Lana is the goal right now, and she's came for Lana, not Jason. And that conversation between Jason and his mum right at the end, where they start to interact and talk about Lana, and Jason asks his mum if they were meant to meet. Like, was this fixed? Like, was this like a fated thing, destiny, or was this like a setup to some extent? And the look his mum gives was just, it just implied a big yes to me. So I really feel like she's orchestrated this in some sort of way. Maybe it gives her more power in relation to her witches. Maybe she can resurrect some of her previous witches. I would assume that means Jason's mum is hundreds of years old, unless, like Isabel, that was Jason's mum's ancestor, and she's transferred into Jason's mum's consciousness. That's a possibility as well, I suppose, because we haven't, like, checked her for tattoos or anything. It's possible she might have one as well. So that's definitely a possibility. But I really like that that's come to the forefront now, because I've been saying for the last few episodes, I feel like Jason has a much meatier story than just being Lana's boyfriend and just happening to stumble across each other in Paris. Like, that seemed like very, like, destined. You know, they met in Paris, they've moved back to Smallville together, while Jason followed her back to Smallville. Like, there's obviously a reason these two are so entwined right now, and it's got to be more than just a relationship. So what is that? And I'm glad that we're finally starting to get to experience that, and I'm sure Jason's going to play a big part in it, and I can't wait to see what kind of part he plays. I hope that we get more between him and Clark as well, though, because I liked seeing them interact in the last episode, where they got to work together a little bit in regards to taking down the witches. I wish Clark had brought him back for the finale of that showdown, but we didn't get it. Oh well. I also like that Chloe was in this episode just as a minor character, putting in more of the resistance to the help of Lionel, and also being an outlet for Clark in terms of somebody that he can just trust and he can just work with. And that's what Chloe's there for right now, and what I really appreciate. Like, they are supposed to be good friends. They are supposed to have this good bond. I love that chemistry in the elevator where they were recreating the thing and the woman comes up with the little kids and they were like, oh, fuck this, we gotta go. These two were having sex in the elevator. Even though they weren't. Imagine getting caught reenacting something like that when you're not actually, like, necking on with a girl and and sexually advancing. Like, that would be the most embarrassing scenario it could ever be, right? So I found that really funny. I really enjoyed that. But I really like Chloe's character right now and what they're doing with her. I wish we get her a little bit more, and I would like to see more of her, Clark, and Lois together. I also want Chloe to be the next person to find out about Clark's secret. Like, I've said it before. I feel like I said it in, like, season 1 and season 2. And then my opinion changed a little bit. Like, I was a bit more open to a different character finding out before her. But no, I still feel like it should be Chloe. Because it goes back to the dynamic he had with Pete, but the one that was never used because Pete's character was so underutilized. They actually use Chloe's character in a lot of significant storylines. So if they give her that secret about Clark as well, and the fact that we've gone over so many times that she would accept him and that she's open to it compared to everybody else, like, I just think it's the right decision. I feel like Chloe should definitely know Clark's secret next. I'd even argue that she should probably know it before Lois, even though I feel like Lois is going to come significantly into this show this season and next. I feel like Chloe should be the first one to know because of their past and their friendship, and I think it would work well together. Imagine Chloe knowing Clark's abilities and then them being able to investigate metahumans or do journalism together and report on different stories, different tragedies. They would be able to do so much. Dynamic be so good. Like, I think of it a little bit like if you guys have seen the CW's Flash, I think of it a little bit like that in regards to, like, Barry and Iris in that show, or like Superman and Lois, the show. Like, I want to see that dynamic a little bit more, but just between Clark and Chloe. Like, it doesn't need to be like relationship, romantic relationship in that sense, but like just the working together aspect of using the powers and stuff. Like, I mean, like, look at, like, the best example I could use, I brought Superman and Lois into it, but the best example I could use would be like season 2 of The Flash, when Iris and Barry aren't together, yet they work together. Iris knows about his powers, she's a reporter, and it just works really well. Like, they can utilize his abilities in so many different ways. I feel like Chloe can do that in really, really good manners, so I would love to see that utilized a little bit more in the foreseeable future. I think I've covered everything now, though, guys. I'm pretty sure I have. Anyway, if I've missed anything in particular that you guys wanted me to talk about, please let me know in the comments down below, as always, and I will happily respond to you down there or in the next part. But I hope you all enjoyed this reaction, and if you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe for more. I do really appreciate all your support, guys. It does mean the world to me, and it helps motivate me into producing as many of these videos as frequently as I possibly can. And believe me, it can certainly be a lot of effort, but it is totally worth it for all you guys and all the support that I get on this channel. It's so much fun and I love doing it, so I just want to say thank you for all that, guys. Stay tuned for the next Smallville reaction, or whatever reaction we get out first in general, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.